Well, howdy, nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and all of our non-binary friends, and welcome to this, me waving my hands in the air as if I'm conducting an unseen orchestra. I have talked with my hands my whole life. I've never understood why. It's just part of my mental conditions. Yay! It helps make me more expressive. I slept sort of well last night. I've been wheezing only slightly because the air doesn't seem too bad. It's raining. It didn't rain last night while I was out on walkies, but it had been on and off all day. So it's been, autumn weather. Finally, now that Christmas is almost here. Yay! And of course, front-loading videos. If you could toss me a like, that'd be awesome. If you could subscribe to the channel, that'd be very cool. If you could leave me a comment, even for the algorithm, that would be double plus good. And of course, if you could, I want to thank, let me start again. I want to thank each and every one of my Patreon patrons. They're literally beautiful and literally awesome. Without their help, I and my pets just wanted the moment, but hopefully I'm going to get some more hamsters soon. That without their help, I and my pets would be homeless, and that would be the end. So thank you, each and every one of you. It is appreciated. If you'd like to become a patron, there are links in the video description, along with a PayPal for donations if you would like, an Amazon wishlist link with stuff like pet food, and a post office box where you can send me anything at all, even just a postcard, and I will show it off on camera. Yay! So thumbs up for unloading a video is over. I did not get much done yesterday. My days have been turning into not very good mental health times during a large chunk of the mid-afternoon. Anywhere from like 11 o'clock to about 3 o'clock, I will sometimes just fall into a horrible, horrible funk. It is bad. So that's wonderful. But I've been surviving, and I have therapy today, so I'm going to talk to my therapist, and that's a good thing right there too. But because of that, I didn't get a ton done yesterday, and life is life. But on the physical front, oh boy, I burnt out my lymph system on my lower body, my lower extremities, my legs, when I had cellulitis a lot. Cellulitis sounds innocent and like, oh, that's dangerous. It is a generalized skin infection. But if you don't take care of it, and it can happen fast, you can get blood poisoning and die in less than 12 hours from just a tiny little cut that goes wild with infection. Your lymph system not only controls how your immune system works with all places where your various immune cells live until they're needed, but it also moves fluid throughout your body. When I had one bout of cellulitis, it was so bad that it looked like someone had taken an iron and just seared the insides of my inner thighs. It was black. I was on antibiotics for a very long time, IV, and it was close. But since then, my legs have swollen up badly. My feet are horrifically swollen at times. Gotten a lot better. But even on my toes and my left foot, if you have ever seen those pictures of Prince Charles with his really swollen sausage fingers, that's what the toes on my left foot look like. There is indents where the knuckles of the toes are, and then swollen, and then indenting in for the knuckle. It is not very fun. But I have been getting lazy with wearing my support stockings because I have below the knee support stockings to help squish the blood upward and outward out of my lower extremities. Because my system has been getting better through the years, I have sometimes waited all day to put them on. You should put them on before you even get out of bed. That way you're not having gravity pulling fluid down into your feet before you put your stockings on. I waited until I went walkies last night to put them on. Oh my God, were my lower legs swollen. It was bad. So that was fun. Doesn't help that I've half put on 10 pounds because of my diet over the last month. I was down to 190. I'm back up to 200. So yay. And I don't like how that feels. But On top of all that, where was I going? Oh yes, the cellulitis, the swelling and all that. I knew where I was going. I couldn't remember how I had gotten there. I put on my boots to go walkies. Less than a mile into the walk, I wasn't even out of downtown Shelton, because I live in southern Shelton, which is hills and mountains, and then downtown Shelton's in a valley, and then you climb up out of downtown Shelton into northern Shelton, which is on a high plateau. So I was down here in this part, because I go down, up, and then I walk all the way to Walmart, and then I walk all the way back, and then up into southern Shelton. I was down here, and I was already having troubles walking. I had to stop periodically because it hurt so much I couldn't even put pressure on my leg. So I kept adjusting my shoelaces and working on it, and then I got up to Walmart, and it hurt a lot. As stated, I was having to stop a lot because it would occasionally just feel like my leg was going to fall off. It hurt that bad. I would just and hold my foot up in the air, balancing on my left leg because it hurt so bad. Before I had started, I thought it's only 6 miles. 6 miles isn't long, but 6 miles isn't long if you can walk. If you can't, 6 miles is a very, very huge distance. On my way back, I was hurting so bad, just as I had where I'd had to stop, except because I needed to get home, I would pull that leg up into the air because it just hurt so much, but then I would continue slowly putting it forward and then walk on it because I had to get home. So I think I'm not going walkies today. It's still red where I hurt myself, where I dug my fingertips into between the muscle body and the bone on my shin. It is red. It is swollen. Not massively red. Not massively swollen. It is warm, but it's not hot. So I am injured. It's doing something and working on itself down there right now. So I'm not going to go walkies today. And if it doesn't get better or it gets any worse, yeah, I'm going to the hospital. Cellulitis almost killed me several times. And I was just bloody lucky that I pulled through a few of them. The one thing that was really scary, but at the time I was so injured because I was on antibiotics and so sick from cellulitis that it was scary, but not, oh, I'm terrified scary. While I would be talking to, like, say, my wife or the doctors, I would get these triangles that would flash silver and then go to dark purple. And then I wouldn't be able to see anything because it would go flash and then just fade, and then nothing was visible there, just that dark, almost black triangle. And then more of them would be popping in all around my vision until it got to the point that I couldn't see. My vision had gone black. And then it would flash and I could see again. And then that would start all over. That's kind of scary when, as you're talking to people every 15, 20 seconds, you're going blind. So that was fun. I don't want to go back to it. I don't have anyone to help anymore. So, yay. Still though, that was fun. And so because of that, I didn't get a lot of anything creative done. Just feeling mentally bad, not doing well that way during the daytime, and then hurting so much on my way to Walmart and back, I was busy concentrating about that. I did my best to think of creative things, and if I can remember them, I'll talk about them. But a lot of it was more generalized because I was more fixated on, oh my God, I heard so much, how do I get home? So, excuse me. The two big things that I was concentrating on was the effects of deep time, and I've talked about how occasionally some people from the inside and the Razor's Edge will have like tour buses and come out and take a look at the outside because, you know, people are people. But I want to talk first about deep time. One of the reasons that we as people have our civilization is because when you are building knowledge, technology, when you're advancing, you are standing on the shoulders of the people who came behind you. Every single one of our advances has come from knowledge gleaned from before. You climb up on the shoulders of the people who were there before you. You reach a little bit higher, and then they come up and they stand on your shoulders to reach even further. It is a long cumulative effect that leads us to like where we are right now. With deep time, you don't have that. And on the razor's edge, it runs in 3 billion year cycles. On the inside, it has been continuous time for over 1 trillion years. On the razor's edge and all this, when you have somebody who comes up with something and they stand up and they are risen above the horizon with deep time, 3 billion years on the razor's edge, you are so separated by time that they have been ground away to nothing by the sands of time. Everybody has to start from scratch because the giants have been ground away and there are no shoulders to stand on. That's one of the huge problems with deep time. And then of course, if you add like all the more there on the inside and on the razor's edge, not only are individuals separated from each other by deep time, but if you have millions of kilometers that are between the center and the outside. It's 11 million kilometers from the center out to the very edge of the inside island where the infinite ocean is. It's too gigantic. Trying to find the person just physically that you can climb upon their shoulders to reach further, by the time you found them, time has worn them away. There are no shoulders to stand on with deep time and near infinite volume or area size. It's just too big. Which is one of the good reasons that every 3 billion years there is that separation. Well, it's even further than that. 2 billion years that there is a connection between the inside, the outside, and then there's the razor's edge between them. After 1 billion years, those doors shut. And there is no traffic in and out from the razor's edge. And during those remaining 2 billion years, slowly the energy that is there is used up. And then it all fades into gray, undifferentiated space as the kaiju goes into torpor for 1.3 billion years. And then when the doors open and the energy flows, the kaiju wakes up, people start to show up, the world begins to become stabilized and differentiated, and it all starts over again. But on the inside, there is none of that. The inside is this gigantic, infinite ball of potential and possibility. Islands like what I call the inside, where the Crimson Kingdom is, that is just an island that is, roughly circular, that's 11 million kilometers center to the outside. There are as many islands as there are razor's edges, which means there are an infinite number of them since they are scattered throughout the universe. The infinite ball, I keep calling it a ball, the infinite ocean of potential and possibility is infinite relative to itself. All things have a beginning, a middle, and an end, and while it will take longer, there is an end. I can't remember where I was going with that. Deep time. Yes, so it has had well over 1 trillion years since the beginning of the universe, in this case, to the present date of continuous existence. Luckily, it's not just a wasteland that's been used up, because all of the energy that's from the infinite ocean is constantly welling up and flowing inwards toward the center, where it flows out into our universe. Because of that, that energy is always condensing and raining down upon the land, renewing, regenerating, reinvigorating. It is always new, always filled with things that weren't there before. So thumbs up for that. But the razor's edge every 3 billion years, and out where we are on the outside, our star in this setting is a human-centric star, and stars like this are cyclical. Unlike others, 98% of them in the universe that are born, fade, and die, and then are gone, cyclical stars have like a 15 billion average lifespan. They burst with this energy, form an accretion disk with planets, and then as it grows older, and then it becomes a red giant, and then it fades away. It reaches a point where it can no longer provide resistance to that energy within it, and it bursts into new life and a new accretion disk, new planets, and then the whole thing takes about 50 billion years to start all over again. So that's our system. It's been doing that 15 billion year cycles for the last trillion years. 3 billion year cycles for the last trillion years on the inside, and just continuous existence on the inside where the Crimson Kingdom is. Nothing can survive deep time. Nothing can survive deep time. And I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab. I'm going to go through and thank however many people have left me comments in the past 24 hours. If I mispronounce a username, no disrespect is intended. And even though I count in American Sign Language, I am also super warm now all of a sudden. So let's take this off before I sweat to death. Or at least before I start sweating. Because if I can not sweat, it'll be easier to stay cooler afterward than if I have started to sweat. I overheat very, very quickly. But I've opened up all those things, so let me count, etc. Midas, thumbs up, thank you very, very much. Flora Mew, greatly appreciated, and I hope you at least enjoyed the videos. Thumbs up on that. There is Chris, greatly appreciated, and as stated here, I do appreciate everybody absolutely watching, but don't feel that you have to watch. Never feel obligated. If you miss something and you don't want to catch up, you don't have to. But thank you very, very much. RJ Mitchell, greatly appreciated. Good to see you in the comments. The Winters 63, thumbs up and thank you. Shinra, greatly appreciated. It is very, very cool. I do appreciate it. JAYY, thumbs up, thank you. And I'm doing my best to stay safe. You do the same. We have Jason Cunningham, thumbs up, thank you very, very much. And I do like Markiplier. He's a good guy. There is Jesse Koskinen. Good to see you in the comments, and thumbs up, thank you. Ben B, greatly appreciated, and it'll be doing better when I don't walk on it. And then there's Snow, thumbs up, thank you. Adrian XJG, you're not a sleepy little rodent, just a sleepy person? I'm a sleepy little rodent. Ferriola, greatly appreciated. Oh, and good to see you, of course, Adrian, and thank you, Ferriola. And then there is Cake, greatly appreciated, and that is it. 14 people left me comments in the past 24 hours. Thumbs up, thank you. You get me out of my head, into the world, dealing with real people. It is appreciated to no end. Well, I have therapy today, so I'm not going to be doing much through the day. Hopefully I'm not going to be collapsing into a bad mental day like I have been. Whew. So, with your situation and your location and everything that's happening, if people are getting sick around where you are, try to take precautions. If people are getting crushed and murdered by, I don't know, vehicles or monsters or something, don't go there. And of course, if you're out walking and you hear the mournful howl of the bus horn of the bus with your name on it, just brace for impact and hope that it's not going to be too disgusting when they find you smeared over the landscape. Oh, that bus. So, until we meet again, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, and that is a very good thing.